I've spent roughly the last 20 years with the program on negotiation at Harvard Law School as one of my professional homes, and I spend much of my time traveling around working with senior leaders doing leadership development and transformational change. At the program on negotiation, we think about negotiation as every moment that I am trying to influence you or you are trying to influence me. So think about a day in your life, how many times a day you're trying to cooperate with someone, make decisions together, allocate resources, resolve conflicts, where there's an opportunity for influence. So I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been working with professionals of every discipline and every stripe, but only since I got married 2 years ago to a man who had a son have I had the opportunity to learn about negotiating with children. Has anyone in the room ever had the experience of negotiating with children? So it turns out 20 years of training and international expertise does not help at all negotiating with someone who is 6 years old. So I wanted to share with you one of my recent experiences in the wild west of step parenthood. In negotiation, you should separate the people from the problem, right? So instead of you and I feeling that we're against each other because we have a conflict, there would be a way that we could step to each other's side and the two of us together would face the problem out there. So I spent a bunch of years traveling, teaching people in many different settings, these principles, including separate the people from the problem, but we often got the same question at the end of a workshop. And it was this one. What about if the people are the problem? And people would say, I think that's a very lovely idea, but actually my husband is my problem. I have a really difficult client, and my client is my problem. My colleague, my direct reports, right? There's a person in my life that I can't communicate with. We have broken trust. We don't have goodwill. I can't separate my problem from this person or this relationship because they feel too interconnected. I've spent about the last 10 years researching the question, what the heck do we do when I am the problem? I am actually the problem. I'm getting in my own way. It's easier to blame other people. It's more fun to say, well, if that person could communicate, then we wouldn't have this issue. That might also be true. But I want to say to you that your leverage in getting the results that you want, the relationships that you want, and I also think more of life's deeper rewards is to stop looking out there at everyone around you. It's in here. The most important negotiations you have every day are the negotiations that you have with yourself. And as you become skilled and capable of knowing how to do that successfully, you will find many of the conversations and conflicts and important leadership opportunities that you feel you don't handle well today become a lot easier. So I focused on 4 inner negotiators, 4 members of your inner executive suite. And in my experience, while these 4 clearly do not come close to fully describing the dozens and dozens of aspects of who we are, if you start to work with these 4 and become skillful at the domains in which each of them specialize, you'll be well on your way to mastering the negotiation within. The first inner negotiator I would liken to the CEO, your own internal CEO, your chief executive. This is a part of you that dreams. Very different from the part of you, and by the way, connected to a different part of your brain, who is your thinker. I sometimes say can be represented as if your inner CFO, right, analyzing information, managing risk. The third inner negotiator is the lover. Like your own VP of HR. The part of you that cares about relationship and people. This is where your emotional intelligence lives. And emotion is one of the core resources of the lover. It's the lover that helps you know how to monitor the morale of your team and know whether you need to do something to pick people up. And the warrior, who is focused on performance. The warrior is about getting it done. Execution. The warrior says, well, that's a very nice dream that you have, dreamer. How will we pay for it? Or this is a very nice idea to keep having meetings where people check in and get to know each other, but we've missed the deadline for this project about 4 times, so maybe we could balance attention to community building and work plan. Not any one of these 4 is more or less important than another. There are no good or bad members of the Big 4. They're all critically important for your success. So 2 big messages I would hope you would take away from thinking about the Big 4. To be successful and to lead a satisfying life, you need all 4 of them. And the good news is you have all of them. Everyone in this room, even if there are 1 or 2 of these areas that you tend to shy away from, everyone in this room has the inborn capability to dream. Even if you think you abandoned your dreams 20 years ago because they weren't very practical. Everyone here has the capability to think something through carefully. Everyone here has the capability, even if you haven't tapped it for a while, to build trust and rapport and intimacy with other people. And we all do have the capability to get things done, to take action, to finish things. And you will become more successful over time as you allow for all of these 4 aspects of who you are to get expressed in your work and in your life.